Chicago triplets facing DMV Trilogy in the second game of our doubleheader. Here's a look at the standings heading into the final two games of Week 7. The top 3 teams have already clinched spots in the playoffs. The top 4 teams go, so there is one playoffs, but they're eliminated from playoff contention if they lose today to Houston. Houston eliminated pictures and get autographs from Dwight Howard before the game. Lots of supporters here, and he's with our Chris Haynes right now.
Here with Dwight. Dwight, you missed the last 3 games of the LA Riot season. You guys are still in contention, man. How important is today's game?
Man, it's an important game. We just want to come out here, man, stay locked in the whole game. It's the first to 50, so we got to be ready. You know, this team is a team that can score buckets at any moment, so we got to come out and lock down.
And this is a homecoming for you as well.
Homecoming, so we need this win.
Here's a look at the season so far for Houston. We mentioned the 3 losses to start the season. That's part of a longer losing streak of 10 straight games dating back to last season. At our Snickers satisfying rosters today. The Riot go Dwight Howard, Patrick McCaw, Jordan Crawford, Chris Allen, and Brandon McCoy. It'll be Kevin Murphy, Jonathan Simmons, Isaiah Austin, Vance Jackson, and Adam Drexler for Houston. Here's a look at the rules that you have to remember today in the Big 3. No shot clock, no game clock, 14-second shot clock in the Big 3. And each foul shot counts for the value of the shot taken. And also to keep in mind, coaches can challenge any call when they bring the fire on foul calls. And we are underway here in Atlanta.
Well, big lineup right now for the LA Riot. McCoy, along with Dwight Howard, Crawford kind of manning up the point guard position. So you see early on, you take advantage of that size inside. Simmons can't do anything with McCoy, but on the offensive end, let's see how Dwight is able to contend with Simmons on the perimeter.
Yep, Brandon McCoy joined the Riot last week, scored 10 points in his debut. And he said that he spent a lot of time this week just getting his legs under him, getting shots up to be ready for this week, and he gets on the board first for LA.
Yeah, it's always tough coming in at the last minute, one from a continuity perspective, but this is not your normal 3-on-3. This is physical. It's a lot of space you have to cover, understanding how to play within the rule set. So it's not just a physical game, but it's the mental part of coming in late in the season and being effective. And talking about being effective, Dwight Howard, I think that's his 3rd 3-pointer of the season.
Talk to Nick Young, the Riot coach. He said they're going to feature Dwight Howard today, try to get him as many chances as they can in front of the hometown fans. And here he is, aggressive early, as that size advantage really showing up. McCoy and Howard able to convert in the paint early, and Calvin Murphy wants to talk about it.
As he should. I mean, how do you contend with size? You got to move it, but you can't turn the ball over and give up easy layups.
7-0 Riot early here in Atlanta. We're back with more in just a minute. Riot off to a 7-0 lead here against the Rig Hands, who try to get something going. Jonathan Simmons, the leading scorer, 15.5 per game, bodied up against Jordan Crawford. Bucket is good, and Simmons will head to the line as well. Just a good physical move here, Jim.
But smart move. I mean, by being able to use Simmons versus Crawford on the block, utilize his strength, his size inside instead of settling, you know, for their first points being a jump shot. I thought it was an excellent call coming out of that timeout by Coach Calvin Murphy.
Yeah, they didn't play well last week. Scored just 13 points in the first half against Dallas on the way to a loss. And I talked to Simmons, and he said one of their keys today was getting off to a quick start. Down 7-0 early, but he was able to get them on the board. And Crawford goes right to the rack to extend the lead to 6 for LA.
That middle pick and roll, especially with Crawford, who can step back off the bounce and shoot it. It provides him a driving lane. And speaking of which, McCoy able to influence that.
Vance Jackson made the grab on McCoy, and a foul on that play. Here's Crawford. get in there.
Yeah, he rejected the screen. But here's the thing. The middle pick and roll can be so effective, especially if you have shooting on the wing. Now, LA Riot doesn't have that with McCoy inside, but the savviness of Crawford to reject that screen, knowing that he had the right side of the basket to get to, that's how you read and react when you're a point guard.
McCoy going right back to work. Size advantage on Vance Jackson. They'll kick it back out to Howard, who's shown the touch from outside early, but not able to connect that time.
How many times you seen this? Dwight Howard playing on the elbow while another post player is sitting inside. I know he had a little bit with Paul Gasol in L.A., but he was the main player that was on the block, and Paul would float around the perimeter a little bit.
Good to have two guys at least 6'10".
I mean, it's all day long.
McCoy goes 6'11", and Howard at 6'10". 6-point lead for LA as they'll inbound it, and Crawford going back to work. Howard again from three, and he connects again. So Dwight Howard 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. So the home cooking working so far for Dwight Howard from long range.
The Big 3 career came in here averaging, I mean, he only had 2 made 3-pointers the whole time he's been in the league. And speaking of which, nice shot by Jackson. Now he has 2 in this game, 4 total since week 3.
And a 7-point lead for LA. Crawford thought about it. They get it inside to Howard, and Simmons with the foul.
But this is a shot, you think about it, if you're Calvin Murphy, we're going to give Dwight Howard that. Now, he makes one more, you may have to inch out a little bit, but you don't want to panic and start to over-rotate to get to Dwight Howard, because the numbers are going to probably skew itself back to the average, meaning that those shots are not going to go in and find the bottom of the net as often.
Howard at the line, trying to put 2 more on the board. No good. And Isaiah Austin with the rebound to Kevin Murphy with Howard on him. Calvin Murphy said the key for Houston with this size disadvantage is going to be trying to find open shots, and then when you get the open shot, don't hesitate, shoot it.
Well, but you got to move size, and a lot of times moving size doesn't mean you have to always dribble. It's pass, cut, dribble, attract the defense, swing, drive. That's how you move size. But if they're able to keep those puppies close to the paint, it's tough to stop. But that time, Austin, off a quick movement, able to move McCoy to get that left hand up and in.
I asked Austin about Dwight Howard's return. He said, hey, man, I'm not worried about Dwight. Dwight needs to be worried about me.
And that's the perfect answer. Perfect answer.
Jordan Crawford for 3, no good. Out of bounds, and it'll be side out for Houston. Jackson created some space and knocking down a triple to cut it to a 2-point game. So Houston fighting back. Again, just 13 points in the first half last week against Dallas. To a man, they all said they weren't happy with the way they came out. They didn't feel like they were ready to play, but able to show some resiliency here after falling behind early.
Yeah, but here's the thing, too. They kind of got used to the size a little bit, offensively figuring out where they can get their touches and shots at. How about McCoy able to knock it in, and Murphy wide open for that 3-point shot, not able to knock it in, but another shot at it off the offensive rebound.
Jackson against Crawford. Size advantage there for Houston, and they take advantage as Jackson shoots it up and over Crawford, and back to a 2-point game. Howard calling for it, but sets the screen for Crawford. Angle wasn't there, so they'll go back out to McCoy, no good. And Austin able to clear it.
Yeah, Dwight Howard wasn't too happy with Murphy underneath the basket. Kind of gave the official a look of disgust. Murphy off again. Those are the shots, too, I think Murphy has to make early in this game to force the defense to come out. I think that opens up some driving lanes and gets those big bodies staying out of the paint. Watch this here. Dwight's like, listen, man, I'm from Atlanta. I need to get these calls.
Where's the home cooking when you need it?
Listen, when I came into with NWA, the music industry gave us static. You know, it was something.
You think?
Acting, he said it wasn't so much, you know, studios, it was other actors gave him static. And now coming in, Big 3 is NBA. You can't get this done. He's proven time and time again that with time, he's successful. And you see as a result, the Big 3 really thriving here in season 9.
And there's that size again for the Riot as Brandon McCoy connects inside to extend the lead out to 4. He said he came up with the idea for the Big 3 after watching Kobe Bryant play his last game for the Lakers. He said there had to be some venue for retired NBA players to keep the juices flowing, and he came up with the idea for the Big 3.
But I tell you what, too, and not only the idea of the concept, it sounds great, but to put it into action is totally different. Absolutely. You know, and I thought at the beginning, and I was here in 2017, the crew, the players that participated early, see Dwight knocking down another jump shot, showed the respect they have for Ice Cube. Okay, you're talking about the Allen Iversons, the Kenyon Martins, the Rashad McCants. You're talking all the coaches, you know, at that particular time, Gerald, you know, Iceman and Dr. J. The list goes on, Chauncey Billups.
Dwight Howard with 10 of LA's 18 points so far. And he's first player in double digits, but Houston hanging in there. Calvin Murphy squad, just 1 point separates them from the Riot at this point.
And this is off of a slow to time it up. But that's how you get post-ups. To me, when you have two bigs, it's not just like go to the block and then post up. Move a little bit, shift the defense, and now guess what? You're going to get deeper post position, and all you got to do as a passer is deliver it to where McCoy or Howard really needs it, and they can go to work from there.
Houston, chance to take the lead here. They can get a bucket.
Good defense by Allen, but better offense.
Kevin Murphy.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that can score. We're going to see later, you know, as far as all-time Big 3 scoring, and Murphy's name is right up there at the top of the list, especially before his injury. He can put the ball in the basket, and that time able to create an opportunity to get an offensive foul. Another possession for Houston to cut into this lead, either tie it.
Murphy in the top 5 all-time in scoring in the Big 3. Needs 16 points to tie Michael Beasley, who's the all-time leading scorer after his performance on Friday for Miami 305. Tune in to Big 3 Encore games on Monday nights at 8 p.m. only on BET, and relive all the action of today's games in the Big 3.
Okay,
and we're bringing the fire for the first time today. So coaches can challenge a shooting foul using Bring the Fire. 2 players involved go one-on-one. You don't have to dribble. Just try to score. And this will count as a 2-point shot if Murphy can get the better of Chris Allen. Physical move from Murphy, but Allen stays with it. Lost his balance, but able to recover. So no bucket and no foul.
Well, going into this, okay, so 20 offensive possessions, positive 30 defensive possessions. But the last 2 weeks, the offense has won more, 9 and 6. Okay, so you started to see a little bit of a shift because defense pretty much dominated the one-on-one Bring the Fire. But that time, Chris Allen stayed solid, went up in the air, contested without fouling, so able to negate that one-on-one move that time by Murphy.
Patrick McCaw now in for the Riot. McCaw signed last week as well, along with Brandon McCoy. McCaw got a call from Nick Young last Wednesday for a Thursday game, and he was ready to go.
Ready to go, but it's still a tough ask in a must-win situation to get 2 new faces, to be able to have some kind of continuity to win a game. But if Chris Allen can make a shot like that, it makes it easier. And Dwight Howard inside. Good foul that time by Austin, too. You want to send Dwight to the free throw line, not give him anything easy.
Rick Hands with their first lead of the game at 22-20.
Guess what?
But we're bringing the fire again. So Calvin Murphy's going to trust Isaiah Austin to try to shut down Howard.
Well, LA Riot this season is 2-2 on offense and bring the fire. Dwight trying to inch in a little close. You got to be above the top of the key right there. And Art, good hands, good patience that time, but Dwight just
strength to get position, but not able to finish.
No, a little bit too strong. Sometimes those broad shoulders get in the way, and this time he's expecting a little contact. Watch this, just too strong.
So the move was strong to get there, but then the shot too strong off the glass.
Yeah, to finish. Everything was good. I give you, it was a $20 move, $10 shot. How about that?
2-point Houston lead as they fought back. They were down 7-0 early. But able to come back and take the lead. And they're back to work on offense now. Jonathan Simmons. He's been in double figures for 19 straight games. He'll pass it up, get it back to Austin, and Austin knocks it down to take us to halftime. The Rig Hands with a first half rally to take the lead up 25-20 on the Riot. So, Jim, there was some question about Dwight Howard after missing time, whether he would be rusty or rested.